UNLV is one of 20 teams that are still undefeated in the college football season, thanks to the program's second straight 4-0 start. Hi everybody, I'm Jesse Kurtz here in the Mountain West Network studio where it's time to talk some Rebel football. To do so, we head out to Las Vegas and bring in Marsel McDuffie, senior linebacker from Grand Prairie, Texas. Marsel, thanks for making time for us.
No problem. Thank you guys for having me.
You bet. It's our pleasure. The Rebels are red hot right now, Marsel. Have defeated every non-conference opponent on its schedule for the first time since joining a league in 1982. What's the vibe right now in the Fertitta football complex with you guys sitting here at 4-0?
Oh, we're in a good place right now. You know, having won all 4 games start the season is a great feeling. Puts us in a great position, you know, just to, as we head to this next stretch of games, all conference games left, you know, we know that it's going to be a 1-game season from here on out. So to have those 4 wins in our back pockets, you know, and the way we won those games, it definitely helps us because it's put us, we've already been put in situations where, you know, such situations that most teams don't face until later in the year.
Well, if there's one guy who knows how to rebuild and build a program, it's Dan Mullen. He's had the blueprint for years. He's had a ton of success in building programs along the way. He worked hard to revamp and refill this roster after taking over in Las Vegas. UNLV had the fewest returning starters in the FBS. And by all accounts, this locker room, brand new for many, loves playing for him. For you, what is it like playing for Coach Mullen?
It's been great. It's been a great experience. You know, I've known about Coach Mullen since I was a little kid, you know, from his time being in Florida, Mississippi State, and then being back at Florida. So I've always known about him. I've known about what he's done, the kind of coach he is, and just now getting the chance for myself to experience it. It's been a great experience. You know, he loves on us. He's always there, you know, just whether it's giving pointers or just joking around or just checking in on you, asking how you doing. He's always taking care of us, you know, when we're not on the field and just making sure that we have all the resources that we can to be the best team and the best players possible. And that's what you really want from a head coach, you know. And his football knowledge is just out of this world, so that just adds on to it. And he's just a great person and a great human being. It's been great playing for him so far.
I mentioned that he inherited a program that had just 2 returning starters, the fewest in the FBS. You were one of them. You're one of the OGs in this program, in fact, having now played for 3 different head coaches, recruited by Marcus Arroyo, played for Barry Odom, and now for Dan Mullen. Why is it so important for you to remain a Rebel throughout all those changes?
You know, back during the time during COVID, you know, there was a lot of uncertainty going around. And the school took a chance with me. They gave me a chance to live my dream of playing college football at the Division I level. And that's really all it was about for me, you know, during the day and age where guys leave and they go from school to school. You know, I've always been told, you know, when you make a commitment, you stick to it. And that's just what it was about for me, you know. And then having already been here for 4 years, I've already graduated. And you know, there's no need for me to just move up and move for 12 months. Might as well just finish it off where I started.
Man, I have such respect for you with that answer. Well done. And you've handled yourself in the classroom as well at UNLV, named Academic All-Mountain West in 2022, 2023, and 2024. And you made the UNLV Dean's Honors List back in 2024. So again, job well done on the field and in the classroom. And you've been a key part of this Rebel rise in college football since you got there. UNLV is the first team in Mountain West history to improve their win total 4 consecutive seasons, and they're the first program in FBS history to improve in 4 straight seasons by multiple victories. Of course, the biggest carrot out there now is a Mountain West championship. You've gotten to the game 2 years in a row, just haven't got over that hump. As you get ready to start league play here upcoming this Saturday, why is this team capable of pulling off such a feat?
We had the talent to do so on all phases of ball, offense, defense, special teams. And we have this team camaraderie, and, you know, we do things together. You know, anytime we get in adverse situations, there's never pointing fingers, placing the blame on anybody. We just all try to come together, find ways to come together, and just really ultimately find a way to win and, you know, get another victory on the record. And that's really what it's all about. And I feel like we can just carry that into conference and continue just to build, continue just to come together and trust each other and just ultimately just find ways to win. We can do it because we have the talent. We just have to be willing to do it together.
Yeah, and the defense that you play on has been very good at forcing turnovers here in the early going. Currently, your Rebels rank second in the country with 8 team interceptions, and individually, Amaris Brown is tied for #1 in all of college football with 4 interceptions himself. What are some of the reasons this team is forcing so many turnovers?
Our relentless pursuit and effort to the football. You know, we might give a big play here and there, but you can always fix a big play by just running to the football effort. And, you know, when the ball's in the air, whether it's a tip or overthrow, whatever it is, you just feel like it's ours. And AB has been a great example of that. He's made big plays in each of the games so far this year, and we've needed that. And I'm just happy he's on my team. He's my nickelback.
Well, you've chipped in as well. You've made your first 2 career interceptions here this season for the Rebels. And you guys open up Mountain West play this Saturday, conference season beginning with one of the toughest road trips in the country. A battle with Wyoming to the highest altitude venue in all of FBS football. What will be the focus for your team heading into the conference opener for both squads?
It's an 8-game stretch, 1 game season at a time. This is the first game of that stretch. We're going up there, we know it's gonna be a loud, rowdy environment. They're gonna come out, they're gonna come ready to play, they're gonna be physical, and we're gonna have to match that, match the intensity, and we're gonna have to be willing to do it together on the road. No better place to do it than on the road with your guys, however many guys you travel, and the coaches. And I feel like as long as we just go in there and stay together, we stay as one team, one unit, one heartbeat, and we work together, we'll be just fine.
Sounds like a heck of a plan. Marsel, congratulations on the 4-0 start. Lots of respect for you and your career at UNLV. You're a big reason that program is now one of the nation's best. Thank you so much for taking time for us here on the Mountain West Network.
No problem again. Thank you guys for having me.
You bet. That's Marsel McDuffie, senior linebacker for UNLV. By the way, you can see the Rebels in action this Saturday at Wyoming. Kickoff from War Memorial Stadium is set for 5 p.m. Mountain Time, and it'll be televised by CBS Sports Network. From the Mountain West Network studio, I'm Jesse Kurtz.